Hello to part 8 of relationships. Today's topic is intimacy. Most people, when they hear intimacy, their mind goes right away in the basement. No, that's not all what intimacy is about. Intimacy goes far beyond sexuality. Sexuality is part of intimacy, that's physical intimacy. But we have 4 different kind of intimacies. Our first one is emotional intimacy. Second one is mental intimacy. Then comes spiritual intimacy. And last and not least, physical intimacy. Isn't it all the same? Yes. In a way, yes. And in a way, not. I want to start with the misconception that intimacy is just sexuality is. You can have sex and be intimate without really intimacy. It is lust. We all know what that is. And we can have intimacy, which goes beyond. This touches us differently, it feels differently, it makes us feel differently, which ends with a good relationship mostly, or is within a good relationship. So let's start with number 1, emotional intimacy. What is that? That is a sense of closeness. What does it mean? It means when I get to know that person, I want to be close to that person. I want to sit next to that person. I want to hold hands with this person. I want to look in their eyes. That is all already intimacy. The look in the eyes is underestimated and underrated nowadays. It's very, very important. The look in the face when people talk, when they smile, what it does to us, how it makes us feel. That is very, very important because that is the starter, the emotional intimacy. And we open up to each other. That is emotional intimacy. We feel heard, understood. We feel present. We feel connected. That is all emotional intimacy already. Because it develops the feeling of belonging. Belonging, that we belong together, that we have things together. Now I want to go into the next, which is mental intimacy. Mental intimacy is a meeting of minds. It's our conversations, it's our interests we have, it's our likes, the things we have in common, where we mentally connect. We have sport in common, we have certain kind of music in common, we have food in common, and last but not least, we have topics in common when we talk, when we have conversations, when we talk to each other about music, about movies, about art, about whatever. It is that things in common mentally connect us. And there is also, not unimportant, that there is a balance with the intellectual status both have. So let's put it this way, if one only, and I say only, likes rap and hip hop, and the other is open to rap and hip hop, but also classical music, 70s, 80s, 90s music, or whatsoever, here it's already an intellectual, by musical taste, difference. And the difference can take away from the feeling of intimacy. It can be the food. One of them likes fast food and the other one just likes to cook organic at home and taste the food and has the experience of achievement cooking a good meal, that is also already a difference which can take away fundamental intimacy. Now we come to the spiritual intimacy. One of the major words is growing together. Growing together means emotional, mental support, that we grow together, each as individual and as a couple. That can be very intimate because it goes deeper. It goes by seeing where the other one has talents he was not probably aware of, where we can encourage him, or the other one has a passion we find out and the other one didn't even know it, and we can encourage to live in that passion more or less. Spiritual intimacy has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do that both have to be from the same religion or same faith or the same religious upbringing. It has to do really spiritual. It means when we think spiritual, that we are aware there is something very, very higher and more powerful than ourselves. That is already spiritual intimacy. We agree there's something bigger, much bigger and higher than ourselves, however we call it. We know that in our spiritual intimacy also is certain rituals we have. It might be meditation, it might be spiritual talk, it might be talking about what the power of the universe is, what the universe is. It might be the law of attraction or whatever our spiritual way of expressing ourselves and exchanging our thoughts are. That is all in the category spiritual intimacy. And when you go logical, emotional, mental, and spiritual intimacy, we're here coming really, really close already, and we get excited about each other. And we go now to the physical intimacy. And the physical intimacy has also his excitement. And it starts also with the touch of the hand, exploring each other, exploring each other's face, each other's body, each other's points where we like to be touched or not, before it comes really down to the sexuality. So here also our physical intimacy has to have some patience. Even if we're excited, we should give us a chance to get aroused, to really get ready, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually ready to have sex with each other. If you follow that and really inhale that and feel it, the sexuality and the intimacy in love becomes such a high quality and such a excitement, which is not possible by just sex out of lust. It's fun too, but it has a different quality. Allow yourself to become vulnerable when it comes to intimacy. And what I mean about that is also that our emotional and mentally together, our conversations we have are open. That we can talk about intimacy, even physical intimacy. That we can share how we feel about it and what we feel about it and what we would like to get out of it. Because that all is part of a relationship, of a partnership. It can mend us together. It can make the bond tighter. It can overcome difficulties. And I don't want that everybody has difficulties. So if you want to listen again to the 4 different intimacies, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. And here you can also see already how you guys match, how your perception of it matches, and how you can proceed to make the bond extremely tight. I wish you good luck and great intimacy.